What's up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 36 of the Chris and Tim podcast. Of course, we got Chris here today. How you doing today, Chris?
Doing pretty well.
Good deal. A lot of stuff going on in the NFL today. Of course, we're going to get into the Stephon Gilmore, Jalen Smith stuff. Then we're going to hop into the Atlanta game. Pretty much everything to close out this week. Then we got, of course, the around the NFC East, Saints preview, and power ranking, and weekly predictions. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I see DRG here was first. Hey, if you aren't first, you're last, right? What up, Hawk TV? What's up, everybody? Roger Smith says no faith. Oh gosh, we're already to that point, huh? We're already to that point, and we're just starting the show. All right, well, let's go ahead and hop into these things, shall we, Chris?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Stephon Gilmore traded to the Panthers for a 6th-round pick. And I know I was saying this in the chat. I'm actually mistaken. I freshened myself up on the waiver wire rules, like the claims rules. You only have to hit the waivers if you're under 4 years in the league. And then there is a couple of exceptions, like after the trade deadline, everyone hits the waivers, and like right after the 53-man cuts, everybody hits the waivers. But in that part in the middle of the season, if you have more than 4 years experience, you don't hit the waivers. You immediately become a free agent. But anyway, what do you think? It was a good move for the Panthers to go ahead and scoop up Mr. Stephon Gilmore?
Fantastic move. For a 2023 6th rounder, basically for nothing, really, because 2023 is 2 years from now. Perfect. You pair him up with J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson, Jeremy Chin. The Bucks are not
secondary, I'll say. Yeah, they're all of a sudden really dangerous.
Well, I heard J.C. Horn may be out for the year, so it is what it is. But moving forward, you still got C.J. Henderson and Stephon Gilmore to deal with.
Yeah.
So it's like that defense is.
And that pass rush, combine them with that pass rush with Burns, Hassan Reddick, Derek Brown, and company. Yeah, that defense is already scary.
2023 6th-round pick.
2023? I didn't even notice it was 2023. So it's not even next year?
No.
Oh my goodness. What a move by the Panthers. So I guess they just, like, the Patriots just announced they were releasing him, but they didn't actually do it yet. And I guess immediately the Panthers hopped on the phone. That is a GM right there, right? I mean, if something's going on, like Ron Rivera is talking about, we get the film and they print out the paperwork and all this kind of stuff. You don't need to watch film on Stephon Gilmore. You know Stephon Gilmore by this point. If you don't know Stephon Gilmore, what are you doing? Like, I need to check the tape when I'm talking about somebody the caliber, defensive MVP of Stephon Gilmore. Like, no, you immediately, once you find out he's available, and if it's somebody of a position of need, you call and you make a move. What a move by the Panthers. Gotta love that. Great. Everyone wanted Jalen. Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure. What's up?
And the Panthers were smart to do it because, like, you know what? We're not going to let Tampa get him.
It's true.
So y'all don't get him. We got him now. So I can lock y'all down. If I wanted to.
Especially in that division with the Bucs receiving core, the Atlanta receiving core. Of course, the Saints don't have a receiving core. But, yeah, it's like it's very interesting, the moves they're making. I think they're great. Yeah, C.J. Henderson, Stephon Gilmore, all of a sudden they become a really great cornerback duo. And you mentioned Jeremy Chin and the rest of that defense. It's especially with how they just looked against the Cowboys, which we'll get into later. That defense didn't have their best day. Oh, C.J. Henderson sucks, says diehard Washington fan.
I'm not.
Interesting. Well, now he's number 2 on the depth chart, so that'll help.
He's going to be phenomenal.
I like how he's released and got traded. Yeah, I think they just announced like they're going to release him, but they didn't file out, like actually put the paperwork in to file it away. But so that means somebody could scoop in, I guess. Smart move again by the Patriots. 2 smart organizations coming together.
What? Bill Belichick, real slick. He said, you know what? Tom Brady beat me. Screw it. You're not beating the Panthers. You're going right over there with him, Gilmore. He said, screw it. If I can't beat you, I'm going to go help a team that can beat you. Gilmore, go to the Panthers. That was smart by Bill Belichick.
Oh, that's awesome. That's hilarious. And good for Gilmore. He ends up in a really solid football team. Obviously, they just went down this week. We talked about that. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, the Panthers are a dangerous, dangerous team. They got weapons on offense, especially once they get CMC back. They have tons of weapons on defense. So, yeah, love the move there for the Panthers. Now we'll talk about the other guy. Or any final thoughts on Stephon?
No.
I like that comment, though, of he sent him to somebody to beat him. That's funny. I like that. All right, so Jalen Smith, the other surprise cut from the Dallas Cowboys. But it's not that surprising. They needed to save money, and they drafted two linebackers that I really, really like. They already had Van Der Esch, but of course they have Micah Parsons, who eventually will become a stand-up linebacker, but right now is kind of that Von Miller-style linebacker. But they also have Jabril Cox, who's a phenomenal coverage linebacker, probably one of the best out of this draft. He's long, got great speed. I love that pickup for them. So it makes sense if they were going to save money in a position group that they're already deep in. But what do you think about the cut, and where do you think he'll end up?
I don't know why they cut him. He had his best. He's coming off his best year last year, whether they want to admit it or not. I know some Cowboys fans want to say he's terrible. I mean, everybody in your defense was terrible. So what did you expect him to be? And he still did what he did. So, I mean, it is what it was. Mm-hmm. So he's currently going to the Packers now. So
they're apparently trying to finalize a deal. I don't know if it's done yet, but yeah. Deal.
So, I mean, good for the Packers. That was a great move for them. Then, I mean, hey, I can't say the Cowboys will regret it. They got a good linebacking core.
Yep. Hey, Tim, John from Mish, what's up, man? Anything about Jalen Smith yet? Yeah, apparently they are finalizing things in Green Bay for him to come there, but there are teams courting him according to reports. So it's not just the Packers are the only one interested. That just might be where Jalen Smith is interested in going. And I just hope at one point it comes out that we were in that conversation. And I hope we were one of the first. As I said, we should have called. This should have been last night. I said in my video I made last night. This should have been reports Dallas releasing Jalen Smith. Reports Washington football team calling Jalen Smith. Right, it should have been back-to-back reports. And if it somehow comes out, I mean, I'll let you go elaborate on this too. But if it comes out that we did not reach out for a guy of Jalen Smith, I don't care what you think about him. I don't care if you think he's only average. I don't care what you think about him, honestly, because some people in the comments of mine are like, he's not that good. You don't want him, blah, blah, blah. He's better than anything we got, and it ain't close. We don't have good linebackers. So, anyway, what'd you think about the should we have gone after him? Okay, no problem. No worries. All right, so he's got to talk to somebody. I'll just keep going. But, yeah, Jalen Smith is a guy, I hope we sign Jalen Smith, says T-Ho, the Hawk. Smith should have been in Washington uniform this year, 100%. Average would be better than anyone we have. Yeah, exactly. I mean, our linebackers are so bad. We're going to get into it once we go through the Atlanta game. I went through and watched the entire Atlanta game breakdown, but I need to figure out how to get it out to you guys. I can't put it on YouTube because I'm actually showing the film. What's up?
What was your question again?
Oh, yeah, no worries. So basically, I'm basically saying,
okay,
if we didn't reach out to Jalen Smith,
supposedly John Cam posted that we showed interest. I think that's bullcrap. I think that's just a cover up, just to show the fans that we actually tried, but they really didn't. I think that's bullcrap. You heard what Ron Rivera said. Why would you need to go break down and see film on a guy that we play twice a year?
Yeah,
that makes no sense. You know what he is,
right?
And to me. You just said that just to get out there to the fans that at least we tried. You didn't try. I know you didn't try because you just basically lied to us. You just got to do all this breaking down. You got to go through that much of a process. And then you say in a couple of days, he's actually going to be sitting there for a couple of days. So that just goes to tell me that you didn't care to begin with. Mm-hmm. You were just going to roll with nothing at all.
John Kunizek
and
David Mayo.
That just goes to show me that you just don't care.
Yeah.
You just don't care. and it is what it is.
And I
Because
like Kunajik, actually. I liked watching him a little bit in the preseason. But, I mean,
he's not
saying I
Jalen
like
Smith.
well, saying I like somebody like Kunajik, I'm talking about a depth guy. I'm not talking about I want him as my
Starter.
starting middle linebacker. Like, it's not a conversation between him and Jalen Smith for anybody, but especially not for me. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that like, oh yeah, I really like John Kunajik. Hey, stop. Sorry, she started squeaking. But anyway, I'm not saying that like I'm okay with John Kunajik as my starter, but we got to go after and get Jalen Smith. But it looks like the Packers are
Now
going to be the one on it.
it just it's over as far as the defense goes. But I'll get into that later.
Yep. Yeah,
I
actually
just gotta
shocked
get
we
into
haven't
it.
traded a fourth round pick for someone's linebacker anywhere. We need a
But we
warm body
traded
that doesn't totally suck.
we trade a fifth rounder in the draft to move up and take a long snapper.
And we can't trade for a linebacker?
It makes no sense.
No, but hey, Chris, we're good with what we got. All right, we like our guys in the locker room.
All he keeps saying. All he keeps saying.
Yeah, that's all he says for sure. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, Ron lies. You know, all coaches do lie to an extent, except for Jay Gruden. He just said whatever the heck he was saying on his head, right?
I'll take that over what we got right now.
Chris, we are who we thought we were. Of course, our coach is talking garbage. Yeah. Yeah, this is bad. I'm done with Hopkins. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even put Hopkins in my notes. I guess I was trying to block him out of my
He's
memory.
not going nowhere, so you might as well cancel it.
I was like, ugh.
After you looked at Ron's press conference, he's not going nowhere. It is what it is.
Oh, gosh, I didn't listen to the whole thing.
He basically said he got to stick with the guy because if not, it's not like another kicker that's out there. But he went on to his whole soliloquy about Graham Gano, how Graham Gano was trash, but then the next year he broke the record and all this other stuff. So that just went to tell me Dustin Hopkins not going anywhere. So it is what it is.
He's shot mentally. That's what's going on right now. Like, he is shot. He is a dead man walking, basically, when it comes to walking up to the line and having any confidence. I mean, you missed 2 PATs. Like, he missed the game winner. That's in his head, even though he came back and won the game winner against the Giants. He's missed field goal. I mean, it's just, as I said, he got MVP of the Buffalo game, but that ain't saying much. Nobody else showed up to the Buffalo game. So what are you going to do for that one? All right, you ready to hop into this Atlanta game and the Bobby McCain comments?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Bobby McCain made some comments after the game to reporters. He was talking to John Keim. Chris got it for us. What was what did he say there?
Bobby McCain said it was after the game. He was asked. Hold on, I got it right here. That McCain was asked about a defensive meeting on the sideline, and he wasn't about to discuss that meeting with the media. His response was, "I'm not going to tell you because you guys aren't on my side." McCain said to John Keim, "I respect what you do, but defensively we'll get it together. When we start balling and we start playing our ASSs off, I want y'all to write that same SHIT y'all write." Now, first off, let me just say this. You're not going to play well. You're not going to play well. I don't care I don't know. You sitting here, if somebody asks you, we're not on your, why would we be on your side? What you want us to sit up there and lie and baby you the whole game? Or baby you the whole year? You're a grown man. You're not a child. You can't pay millions of dollars to play on a football field. Whatever I write about you, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm not your friend. I'm here to get my money and go. If you play like trash, I'm going to put it in my notes that you're trash. That's number one. So I'm not on your side. That's what I would have told him. I'm not on your side. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I don't know where you think that you're going to start balling or start playing well as a defense. Because I'm telling you right now, your get right game is this week. If you do not get right against the Saints, y'all going to suck throughout the entirety of the year. Because you're not getting right against Aaron Rodgers. You're not getting right against Pat Mahomes. And you're not going to get right against Denver. You should have got right against the Falcons. You should have got right against the Giants. You should have been right against the Chargers, but apparently you wasn't for whatever reason. So this whole notion, and I know Louis T says this crap. I know maybe Street Course feels like, or one guy here, one guy he said, we're going to get it together later on. Either you get together this game or you're not getting together at all because you got Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers coming up. You're not going to get it together against them at all. You're not going to get it together with the personnel that's currently out in the field, which is you, Bobby McCain. You need to be benched. You're part of the problem. How do you get mad at a reporter for you being trained? You get mad at a reporter because you suck.
Yeah, for you blowing a coverage to allow a guy 15, 20 yards wide open. It's the reporter's fault.
And you said, "Oh, it's my fault. I blew." What you mean you blew it? You went nowhere. It was nobody in that line of play.
Yeah, you know how that day I tried to defend him, and I was like, I think he went. Well, it's not even defending. I wasn't defending him, but I tried to give like a quote unquote excuses or a thought process where I thought he was falling for the jet sweep. Yeah, no. He moved up way after the jet sweep move. I don't know what he was looking at. And like even the commentators during the game, they were like, "Oh, look, he bit on Kyle Pitts. He wasn't anywhere near Kyle Pitts. He was running away the opposite direction of Kyle Pitts." I literally don't know where he was going. It makes no sense.
So this is going to basically segue into if this defense does not get it together this game, two things should happen. Jack Del Rio should be fired right after the game, and I'm so serious. Jack Del Rio should be fired after this game, and players needs to go. Mm-hmm. Players need to go because this is your last chance. Because if you don't get it right this game, you're not getting it right the next one or the next one after that. Because you got two quarterbacks, and they're going to abuse you badly. At home, too, by the way, because these next two are home games. And guess what? I hope Washington fans, if you're going to the game, tell every other Washington fan, if you see our defense playing trash, chant fire Jack Del Rio. Because I know Dan Snyder's going to be there. Chant that, and we'll see him gone in a heartbeat. Fire Jack Del Rio. And say, get cut Landon Collins. Say the same thing with Bobby McCain. Get them off my field. Either they get it right this week.
Cut Landon Collins. Oh, that's funny. No, I'll just go ahead right to it. Jack Del Rio is a problem, and I'm willing to say this now. And not because, like, I didn't say it before, not because I disagreed. I just didn't know. Like, as far as, like, I never really went through and broke it down to, like, an extent that, like, I felt comfortable saying Jack Del Rio was the problem. But I went through this entire Atlanta game, and we're not teaching our linebackers properly. Like, they're biting on every play action to a crazy... Like, there was one play for Atlanta, and this was in the fourth quarter. They were up by 8, but the game's still not over. Like, it's like 10 minutes left. We could still run the football, which we had already on that drive. We did a play action. One linebacker took a half a step forward. Nobody else did, and they were in their zone. Like, they actually covered their zone. When I watch our defense, our linebackers are taking 3, 4, 5 steps forward, and we're leaving gaping holes in the middle of the field. You could blame the players for that, but at some point, why is the coach not correcting this? Like, I would overcorrect almost. Like, we have a great defensive line against the run. I would say, you know what? If they call play action, wait until you see them have the ball. Like, don't overcommit to this and just fill in the gaps there because Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, they're all good against the run. Matt Ioannidis. Like, they could stop the run with just the 4 in some cases. The linebackers could be second thought. Anyway, that's one. He's got to call more press. If I have to watch one more second and short, third and short, fourth and short, where our DBs are starting 7, 8 yards off the ball and backing up after hike. Literally, there was a 3rd and 3. Every single Atlanta receiver was open past the sticks. Not just one, not just two. 4 of them were open past the sticks right away. How do you expect your defensive line to get any pressure when 4 dudes are open? Like, literally, he just decided to take his first read, but somehow if, like, the linebacker jumped that one, a wide receiver's wide open, blah, blah, blah. Like, the whole receiving core is open. And, like, if you go back to that 4th down play where Chase Young got the bad penalty, we actually pressed. And what do you know? We got pressure on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had to move, and we almost got the sack. And then we ended up getting the interception, right? It's like, wow, what a concept. We actually covered their receivers, and they didn't get an immediate first down. So Yeah, I there's so much wrong with the Jack Del Rio defense that we already talked about the lack of communication. We're going into week 5. You've been together this whole offseason since what? Late July? How are we still having just complete missed assignments in the secondary? Of course, you already talked about we talked about the Bobby McCain one, but I mean, Will Jack seems lost at times. Kendall Fuller can't guard a soul, and a lot of times it's because he's in zone. And as I said, the linebackers are just completely vacating our zones. So I don't even know what to say or what to do with complaining about the players because Jack Del Rio isn't making any corrections. And at some point, as the final thing I'm going to say on this is, if your guys aren't making corrections, they got to hit the bench. They can't play then. If we're in week 4 and you're still making the same exact mistakes, you got to be out. But anyway, you have any final thoughts on the Jack Del Rio thing or any more?
I told you this last year. Mm-hmm. I was on this I was like, he's not it. Because I'm just looking at the defense he's calling, like, this is not it right now. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward to the season, you said you was going more man than zone. And all we seeing is zone.
Yeah.
Zone. And that's what I said. I said it a couple of days ago. I say we need a coach in there that does not care about your status or your contract. You're sitting down if you're not playing well. And that's Landon Collins is on the field because he's getting $16 million. That's why he's there. But he don't want to. Why is a player telling you as a coach what he's going to do?
Right.
First off, I'm the coach. You the player. You do what I tell you to do. Right. And if you don't like it, you're gone. Or you 100%. Can sit on the bench. Either way, I don't care. I will find a way to get rid of you. Or I will throw you on special teams. And that's what you'll just be. I don't care. And that's the problem right now. They act like Land is not expendable. They act like they need him. They act like they need Bobby McCain. They act like they needed Bostic. We need Bostic. For what? They're not producing. They make it seem like these players are so important. When last year we was fine without Landon. Mm-hmm. We was fine without Bobby. Mm-hmm. They come here, look what happens. A disaster. And it makes no sense because you got way more talent now than you did then. What's the difference? The guys that were here, they played as if they played like I need to play because I don't know if I'm gonna be here next year. The other guys played like we already got ourselves solidified. And Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera, they're not gonna say nothing to us anyway. That's the way they play. The only player on their defense that play like it's his last down is Cam. Mm-hmm. That's it. The rest of them act like they did something. And I have a problem with that because they haven't done nothing. And they don't have the head coach or the defensive coordinator to tell them that. That's why I got so much respect for Bill Belichick. Because I'm telling you, if Bill Belichick was here, Landon Collins would have been gone in preseason.
There's a reason we had him because nobody else wanted him. It's like, good night. That guy was so bad.
That's all I got to say. But I need to get that out. I might even chop that and just throw it out there as a rant.
Go for it, man. Go for it. Because I mean, geez, Louise, it's just so frustrating to watch, and it's getting out of control. As I said, the linebacker, everybody in the linebacker, including Cole, and me and you both liked Cole going into this year, but Cole was not playing well either, biting on play actions, like not doing what his job on occasion.
That's unusual because they didn't do it last year. So if the guys that are here didn't do it last year, what's the problem now? They gotta be guys that are there now. That are rubbing off on those. That's why I said it's probably players that are doing their job don't look like it because the players that are not doing their job not doing their job.
Yeah.
And that's the problem because you're making everybody else look like they suck.
Yeah, maybe that's Kendall Fuller's whole problem is that like maybe it seems like he's not doing his job, but it's really he's doing a great job, quote unquote, but he's not
But even the coverage is like, why are we playing that far back?
It's insane.
The coach is not even putting the players in the proper. We going into a season. That's the last thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We got at least 4 or 5 players playing out of position. Why? You're supposed to play your players to their strength, not their weaknesses. Why is Jalen Davis playing Mike linebacker? That's not his strength right now. It's just not. And we just gonna keep it in stack. We gotta move him and move. Jalen Smith being here, you literally put Jalen Davis at his rightful position. Literally. And then you move Jalen Smith to middle linebacker, which is his actual place at middle linebacker. They don't think like that. You keep trying to teach a guy who don't know what he's doing that's in over his head. He makes no impact right now. And I can't put it all on him because they putting too much on their plate and they putting him out of position. So it makes no sense. None of these guys are. You're not helping them to succeed at all. And that's coaching, and it's the players too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly coaching and some arrogance in that locker room that needs to go.
For sure. The one thing, so the last thing about the defense, then we can start talking about the offense, who played a solid game overall. There's a couple of things I'll nitpick, but overall, clearly, we scored 34 points. So, got to love the offense a lot better than the defense. But Chase Young is the last thing we'll talk about here. Chase Young clearly has work to do. We all know that. He has 0 sacks through the first 4 weeks. He should have had the one, of course, and we all know about the bad penalty. But overall, he's getting one-on-one blocked consistently. And I don't care if it's against a tackle. I don't care if it's against a guard. And you know what's crazy? I don't care if it's against a tight end. I'm serious. Tight ends are blocking this dude. It's insane. Tight ends. I really don't care who is one-on-one with him. Right now, he's beating him.
I told you that.
Yep.
I said Aldi line. I said Aldi line. You don't got to double none of them. You can just single them and say screw it. You don't got to double none of them, and that's the problem. That's why I say Matt. That's our best defensive lineman. I can't blame Matt so much because Matt didn't play much last year, so it's going to take him a while before he can actually. You know what I mean? So
Duran has been a force. Duran's being a force. You know, the ball's out so freaking quick. Yeah, like the ball's out so freaking quick, it's insane. So, but Daron Payne, if you one-on-one Daron Payne the whole game, you're gonna have problems. You don't want to one-on-one Daron.
Daron showed me something these last 2 games. He showed me that he cares.
Yeah.
The other ones, they show me that they don't care.
You know I like Allen, but it doesn't matter. Chase Young's clearly though. I liked Chase Young. I've been on Chase Young. Everybody's been on Chase Young. He was the number 2 overall pick. It's not like it's a surprise, but it's not like I'm not sitting here as somebody that wants to bash Chase. I love Chase. I think Chase is awesome. I think he's a great personality. I think he's a great face of a franchise. I think he could be everything we wanted to be, but right now he's not playing good enough. But you know what? It's interesting. I shared that video with you of Jalen Smith talking about breaking down the triangle. And obviously he's a linebacker, Chase is a defensive end, so it's not directly relatable. But Jalen Smith said something to one of his defensive tackles that I thought was very, very interesting because I've seen Chase Young not follow this quote-unquote rule. It's wherever you win, stay there. As in, if you hit the A gap and you're winning, stay there because then the linebacker will fill in the B gap. Right? If you're winning the B gap, stay there because then the linebacker will fill in the A gap. It kind of goes with what Ron was saying. He's trying to do too much. Sometimes he like is winning in one. He sees the running back go the other way, and then he tries to go the other way, and then he ends up getting in the linebacker or safety's way. And then, basically the lineman's able to block 2 dudes. The running back bounces it out, and all of a sudden you have a 41-yard gain like Saquon Barkley had, right? He's not winning in his gap.
Yeah,
staying there.
Cam was in that gap Cam had that gap that Saquon was about to go through, but when Chase went inside, Saquon kept it outside. So now you're off to the races.
Yeah, exactly. And Cam gets washed up in the whole thing because he's trying to fill the gap, and all of a sudden he's running into Chase, and then nobody's there to tackle Saquon. And I've seen him do it to Landon in some situations where Landon's trying to come out and fill a gap, and Chase Young stands in front of him. So it was like I liked how Jalen Smith put it simple, and that's what a coach needs to do too. A coach needs to put it very, very simple because these guys are talented enough. You don't need to teach them like the steps. You don't need to teach them where the hand, blah blah blah, like a lot of those things. It's just like small little tweaks, like if you win, stay there. And then it's like, okay, now my natural ability can take over the rest. All I'm thinking about is winning in my gap. And then let my abilities do the rest. And that doesn't mean like Chase Young should get washed around the pocket. Oh, I followed my gap. No. Now this is where your moves need to come in. But this is on you as a player. And of course the defensive line coach specifically, I still haven't gone and looked up his name. I don't know why. But, this is probably not something that Jack Del Rio needs to teach. Jack Del Rio just needs to be more simple and just small little tweaks here or there. The defensive line coach needs to work more meticulously, and we've been preaching this forever. He needs to learn a spin move. But anyway, let's say you're pushing it upfield and you're getting pushed around the pocket. okay, now you could stop, jam him inside, whether you do the swim move, a rip, a spin, whatever, and go back to the inside, because now the tackle is so far out of position, you're still in the gap, quote unquote, even though like you're inside the tackle now. So it's like a small little thing like that. Anyway, that was just one thing I heard Jalen Smith that I thought was really interesting that could help Chase as well. But Chase just needs to get better beating his one-on-ones in general. And the last thing I'm going to say on Chase, this is another thing that's kind of small. When you stunt as linemen, usually you still gain ground the whole time. Maybe you do a stutter step or something like that, and then you let the defensive tackle cross your face, and then you go right behind their back heels. Chase Young will go upfield and then lose ground to get back around the defensive tackle and then try to get up to the quarterback. And to me, it just seems like it's looping too long. Like he's taking, that's another reason why he's not actually getting home. Like there was that one pass Matt Ryan had that got tipped, I think, by Duran. Fortunately for us, because I think the receiver was open. But Chase took forever to get around the stunt, and he's not there in time to actually hit Matt Ryan when he steps up into the pocket. So that's another thing. There's a lot wrong with Chase Young, unfortunately. It's like there's not just one little thing. There's a lot wrong with his game. What's that?
So he didn't get better at all.
Yeah, and we need to fire that defensive line. You know what? I would fire the defensive line coach before I fire Jack Del Rio, because I just can't imagine that your defensive line is struggling this much, especially with the talent you have. But the last thing I'll say is, of course, the ball is getting out so fast because we can't cover a soul either.
Play press. You can't cover a soul because you're playing so far back. It's easy. Mm-hmm. You're making it easy. Play press. But you can't do that. You want to know why they won't? Because Landon Collins and Bobby McCain. That's why they won't do it. So how about you take both of them out and put your star-studded safety Cameron Crowe back there, activate Jeremy Reeves, or bring in the Shazier Everett? How about that?
Well, sometimes at Landon Collins, he's just got to take the first thing away. Like if they're running a slant, just take the first thing away. Even if they beat you now on a whip route or something like that, the thing is that Matt Ryan, in this case, in this game, Matt Ryan has to go through his progression. If you just take away the slant, well, Matt's not even looking at you. Ryan's not even looking at you anymore because that was his read. Now he's going to his second read and his third read and his fourth read. And if he has to go to third, fourth read, the defensive line can get there at that point, even if it's not get there as far as actually make the sack, but at least you're making pressures happen. Maybe you get tipped passes. Maybe you get them to roll out, and then it really doesn't matter. But the aggression, it at least allows potential for things to go wrong for the offense. We haven't had a turnover in now 3 games in a row. And the big reason is because we're not doing anything to get any pressure. We're just letting them run all over us or run wide open.
The blitzes that they did, they sent Cam instead of Landon or Bobby. Mm-hmm. You send Landon or Bobby. You leave Cam
in coverage
in the back to cover. Yeah. Like what? Like what? They kept sending Cam. I'm like, why do you keep sending him? Mm-hmm. Send Landon. Send Bobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was only one time I saw Cameron Crowe get beat in one-on-one, but I would take one time over every time I'm looking at Landon, right? Or every time I'm looking at John Bostic. Like it's, of course nobody's perfect, but yeah, Cam Crowe is obviously the best player in the secondary, no doubt. All right, any last things on the defense before we move over to the offense?
No, I'm good.
Cool. You know what? Let's talk about this before we go in, because this was exciting. We scored too fast. What a meme that was. DeAndre Carter's huge touchdown run. And did you actually go back and watch it? And look at the blocks and stuff?
I didn't care about the block. I just looked at it.
Yeah. Well, John Bates earned his 4th round pick on that one play alone. He took a dude, grabbed him, took him for a ride, and ended up pancaking him. He was the final block that really broke DeAndre Carter loose right there. Like that was the last block you saw before DeAndre Carter was just off to the races by himself. But that was a lot of fun to watch. But what a play. And apparently, according Ed Oliver shared this. I don't know if you saw that. Apparently, this was the longest kick return in team history. I didn't realize that. So 101 yards.
I didn't realize it was that far.
Yeah, we caught it. He caught it 1 yard into the end zone, took off, and the rest is history. So that was a lot of fun to watch. We had a lot of fun on that one. Trust me, Sean Payton. I misread. My bad. Anyway, sorry if I'm not reading everybody's comments. Sometimes I like to focus in on what Chris is saying, and I can't multitask. Anyway, all right. Do you want to talk about, or you know what? Give me your overall thoughts on the offense. You talk about where you want to go with it, and then I got
I ain't
two
gonna lie to
people that I want to talk about.
you. It was other than 5 plays. It was 5 plays during that game where I was like, Scott Turner, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I had no problem with the offense. The offensive line has been fantastic. I don't care who goes out. They are a top 3, top 5 O-line this year, and it's not up for debate. The way Heineke has that much time in all the games, even the Buffalo game, he had time. He just sat there too long to actually go make a play. Against any team, they play phenomenal. They're not a fluke. They are the best unit right now as a team. Heineke, in the Bills game, he was staring guys down. I think he fixed that in the next game. He got out of the pocket when he was supposed to. He improvised when he was supposed to. He fixed that. This game, he had a few mishaps, but the only reason why I'm not going to nitpick is because I know Ron Rivera and them showed him that he's not going to make the same. He never makes the same mistake twice. Never make the same mistake twice. Mm-hmm. He balled. He's a gunslinger. And a lot of the plays that he made, Ryan Fitzpatrick was not going to make.
Oh, no. I agree. Yeah.
Whatsoever. Terry, animal. He was open. Terry could have legit had 3-4 touchdowns. The deep one on the first drive, down the sideline, he could have had at least 200 yards receiving. Mm-hmm. And then the other one deep that he missed, Terry, when he shot across the field, that was one play Heineke waited too long to just swing it.
Yep.
So he gonna pick up on that. Terry could have 4 or 5 touchdown game. Mm-hmm. Curtis, I don't know if he's playing next game. We'll see. I don't know if he had arrested or not. Curtis, he came in there, gave you seen an immediate impact with Curtis. Mm-hmm. I like what I seen from the offense. Run game, we need to run the ball a little more. Mm-hmm. But I like what I seen from the offense. I'm proud of my offense. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, Curtis was big as far as like where his catches came. He only had 4 catches for 19 yards, I think, but I think like 3 of them were for first downs. Like he was like important where he needed to be. So that was good to watch. I think he was also on a pitch count. I don't think he actually played 25. That many. Yeah, he played 25 snaps. Is that what you saw? Yeah, so which makes sense. That's fine. He's got that bad groin injury that took a lot longer to heal than everybody thought it was going to. So not rushing him back into a full load makes complete sense. So yeah, no, I liked Curtis. Obviously, I 1,000% agree. Terry, monster, love that dude. Everything about him is just so great. He's actually producing, unlike the counterpart on the defense. He's actually producing, and it's so much fun to watch. So love Terry. Antonio Gibson ran well. I know when I was talking to that Atlanta fan, he was telling me, like, go ahead, run the ball. Like, he was excited because these linebackers are so great. Well, Antonio Gibson had a really good day running the ball. I think he was averaging over 5 yards a carry again. So, and J.D. McKissick ran well too. So we pretty much ran well no matter who was running the ball.
With the carries he got.
Yep. Yeah, there was one play up for Patterson where Dante Fowler just made a phenomenal play. I mean, he just got a great jump on the ball. And he, like, even still paid attention to Taylor Heineke. Like, I don't even think Taylor Heineke could have pulled it on the read option, and yet he still just then chased down JP from behind, and the blocking didn't get anybody like a big gaping hole, so JP had nowhere to go. But other than that, yeah, I mean, JP had a couple of nice plays, I agree. It was just great running the football pretty much. Because to your point, the offensive line has looked phenomenal. There's a couple mishaps here or there, like you got the Grady Jarrett swim move on 4th and 1 over Eric Flowers. What a play that was. I mean, so sometimes the best defensive players on their unit, they get paid to play too, and he made a phenomenal move on Eric Flowers. But yeah, overall, I agree. Wholeheartedly, offensive line has been great. So now I wanted to talk about Taylor's performance, because I know you asked the question beforehand, not today, but you put it on our notes. Can he carry us? Taylor Heineke, can he carry us to where we want to go? And first off, he had a lot of great moments. I noted some things. I like that he lulled him to sleep with his runs. He slid twice with like nobody around him, and then all of a sudden later in the game he like breaks a bigger one, like gets an extra 10, 15 yards because the whole defense is lulled to sleep thinking he's just going to slide as soon as we're in the vicinity. But he got inside the 5 on that one. That was fun. The buying time in the pocket, obviously, the off-schedule throws, the one to Terry. He had another one too. I can't remember that I'm trying to think of off the top of my head where he made some moves. Say that. Oh, of course, the last one. Duh. The one that JD scored. Yes, of course, that's the one that, and he saw JD late. So I love that.
Make that throw.
Yeah,
not a lot of quarterbacks would make that throw.
Or would have saw the running back coming out late. JD did a good job of making himself seen and getting open, and then he beat. I was shocked he beat Deion Jones to the sideline.
I thought he was going to tackle him for loss.
I know.
When he said I was like, he got out of there.
Yeah.
So he got him out of bounds and he hit the side. Let's go. It was like he had it for him, and I was mad. I was like, dang.
Oh, look at that. Kenneth Melton sent a super chat. No note, but drop the mic moment. Look at that. He has like a emote that's dropping the mic. Awesome. Thanks for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much for the super chat. All right, so now there's things that show me that I'm not sold on Heineke yet, and you touched on a couple of them, and we'll just jump right into it. He did throw a few passes late. The Terry one that you talked about, that should have been picked. Like, that was bad. That should have been picked. The Hammond one where he threw it in the red zone and like tried to squeeze it in there, that should have been picked. And then another one he threw to. I did feel like they emphasized it this week of trying to make sure we got Terry enough targets, but I think he pretty much crossed the line of being too careless to try to get Terry the ball. And one play that emphasizes this the most is there was a play where he tried to look off the safety, and he was looking right the whole way. He didn't try to stare down Terry at all, right? And at the last second, he whipped his head around and threw it to Terry. Well, the safety didn't bite at all. The safety just said, I'm staying with Terry. Like, my job is to make sure I'm over top of Terry. And somehow he did not pick that one off. Where on that exact play, J.D. McKissic was wide open in the flat. And when I say wide open, nobody's within like 12 to 15 yards. And this is 1st and 10. It's not like it's 4th and goal. Like, just dump it off. The defense giving you a wide open J.D. McKissic. You saw what J.D. McKissic did with the ball to score that touchdown later in the game. Dump it off to him, live another down. That's probably a first down anyway, and now you're moving the chains even more. So that's a couple of things. He also missed a few guys, which was interesting to me because we just talked about that JD check down. There was one on the boot right where Ricky Seals-Jones, I think it was the safety, was covering the sideline. So Ricky stopped and like cut back in. In the middle of the field was wide open. Taylor Heineke pump faked it, but didn't pull the trigger. And then he ends up running for a no-yard gain. I'm like, there's nobody there. Sling it. Why are you holding it?
Probably
yeah, maybe. I don't know, because
what
Ricky
quarter was that in? Because if it was
first, second,
well, I don't know.
It was early.
I don't know if that was after the fact. Seals Jones dropped those 2 passes because I wouldn't have thrown it to him neither.
No, I don't think it was before. I think it was relatively early in the game because a lot of his mistakes came early. I think he did get a little bit better.
That one too. He mentioned that one in his press conference.
Yeah.
So I know he learned it. it. He mentioned that one in his press conference.
Fair enough. He also missed Diami twice. One of them was on that the one that you were talking about, the Terry boot that he almost got picked where he threw late. Diami Brown was open, and that's the first read. He had the whip route. He was the underneath route. When you do a boot, the first read is that underneath. If it's open, take it. Take the 5, 6, 7 yards. If he can turn upfield, great. And you keep going. It's not like it was 4th down or 3rd down and long. It's take the underneath, you get ahead of the chains, and you move the football. Another one where he ran the football and he slid before the first down and we ended up failing on the 4th and 1. Diami was wide open right in front of him across the first down marker, in between the zone.
I didn't think he wanted to throw it into a crowd.
I mean, honestly, I didn't think it was that much of a crowd.
I didn't think he wanted to do it. I didn't think he wanted to do it.
Well, clearly he didn't want to. That's why he ran it. But I thought, I still thought that one.
Too.
Huh? Oh, he did? Good.
He said, he's not trying to take unnecessary hits. He said, we feel confident that we can get that 4th and 1.
Yeah.
So
No, and I'm fine with him sliding. Like, once you got to that point, I was okay with the slide. But I'm talking about he shouldn't have even had to have run the ball because he would have thrown the ball past the first down marker and got the completion. I mean, if you don't trust Diami, that's a whole nother debacle, which he has had a couple of drops.
He trusts Terry.
Yeah, if it was Terry, he would have thrown that ball in a heartbeat because he had 13 targets that game, which was fun. And then the last one of them was a completion to Terry, which is good, but he almost got Terry killed. It was that post route on the right side where that safety came up, and Terry ended up catching it right in front of whether it was the deep corner guarding the zone or the deep safety.
Terry's first catch, a slant.
No, that was just a bad throw.
No, not that one. Not the one at the end of the game.
No. I'm talking about the one where you're talking about the one early in the game where he threw it high.
No, not that one. It was another one that Terry caught. It was a slant. He was on the right side. There like 3 wide receivers fell. He just did a quick slant.
Oh, what a route by Terry. I know what play you're talking about. No, that was a great play. I liked that one. I wasn't talking. But no, there was one it was like a deep route. It was like a 18, 20-yard pass to Terry on the right side where he caught it and the safety was right there and Terry made the catch anyway and then ended up getting knocked over. But Adam Humphrey was wide open in the middle of the field if he threw the seam route.
The deep route?
Not the one they scored a touchdown on, but it was a pretty deep route.
Terry did like a deep route in the
like a deep post. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was fine.
Well, my thing is that Adam Humphries was the much safer throw. You're not getting your guy killed. You threw it right. If you threw it right over the linebacker, you had a wide open middle of the field, and Humphries could have caught it and ran with it, and maybe Terry gets a block, and all of a sudden that could be a much even bigger play. And it's like, luckily, Terry caught it. Everything's great. But if that linebacker or if that safety decided, you know what, I'm not even going to go for the ball. I'm just going to go smack the crap out of Terry. All of a sudden, we could be looking at Terry laying on the ground. And
boy, I'm not even listening to that comment because that's the comment that Mark Sanchez made. He was hating the whole game. He didn't have to flatten out anything. He did. He ran his route the way he was supposed to run it. So I'm not thinking about that route.
Jeez. No, I love Terry. Everything about Terry was great. I have 0.0 complaints about Terry. Okay, Terry did everything. I'm sure there's things you can nitpick, but I'm not with Terry.
I didn't remember. Other than that catch that he at the end that he dropped, granted, he said in his press conference that was my fault. Mm-hmm. He came back, he made a play, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that drop was big. That almost killed us. That almost killed because who knows if the ref would have overturned that. Mm-hmm. I think it was the right call to stay on the field because there wasn't enough. Yeah, I think it was the right call. But to give Atlanta one call back when Terry got jammed up by AJ Terrell and they called that illegal contact downfield or whatever, I thought that was a bad call. The contact was made right at the 5-yard line, and I thought that was great defense actually by AJ Terrell, and we got lucky on that one because I think that was like a 2nd and long as well. But no, and then also another thing that Taylor did, he luckily Antonio Gibson doesn't have broken ribs. He threw it high in the flat and let.
I don't think he's seen him.
Yeah, he let Gibby get absolutely railed. So the 3 interceptions that almost happened, a couple of throws late, a couple missed guys. Taylor still has some work to do, and of course, this is only his 5th start ever, or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he has time to grow, he has time to move, and I'm not writing him off. I'm just saying there's stuff about him right now that I'm not comfortable with saying that he's our future yet. He's got some stuff to do.
Well, I think these next 3 games are going to determine that. If he wins these next 3 games and I'll play both of those 2 quarterbacks, it's a done deal, and it shouldn't even be up for debate. I'm dead serious. If he beats both of them, it's not up for debate at that point. He's it. He's it. And I think he can. I really do.
Yep. I'm okay with throwing a Terry into traffic once or twice a game. I mean, I'm okay one-on-one. Even if Terry's covered one-on-one, you see him blanketed, give Terry a shot. I have 0 problems with that throw downfield for a touchdown. Technically, is it the most, textbook throw?
If you rewatch that play,
yeah,
he was wide open before. I don't know if you rewatched it, but he broke Drew's ankles. He made him fall.
Uh-huh.
But Taylor was already like spinning around or whatever, so he didn't see him. And then he just finally just threw it up in the air.
Yeah.
He's like, Terry's down there. He's gonna come down with it. So
Yeah, and he was 1-on-1. Like the safety, even with that fluttery ball that he just gave up to Terry, the safety still couldn't get there in time. That's how open, that's how much he was 1-on-1. And I'm fine with balls like that. My problem is when he's throwing it into double coverage for Terry. And, there's maybe times in like a fourth quarter situation where you're down by 2 touchdowns. Maybe there's times to throw it in that. But we were never in that situation. And I would we don't need to force it in, and then all of a sudden we ended up with a turnover. Kind of like he forced it in to Terry when he did throw the interception against the Giants. It's like Terry wasn't the guy on that play. He had the linebacker that he had to avoid, and then the corner, James Bradbury. The guy that was open on that play was J.D. McKissick. Wide open on the wheel route.
Gibson.
Or was it Gibson? Or the running back, whoever the running back was.
Come on. He had that play too on the press. I'm telling you, I'm watching.
Good.
He learned.
Good. Well, I'm just telling you what I saw. I'm just telling you what I saw.
It's gonna be a different Taylor. I'm trying to tell you this now.
All right, and now the other guy I wanted to talk about in this game. It's not a player. It's Scott Turner. You mentioned him and you said you liked the play calling. I agree. I thought the play calling was good. We had guys open. I already talked about the ones that Taylor missed. There was one play, the screen pass to Gibby. That should have been 2 weeks in a row that we had a screen pass to the house.
When he waited for Brandon Sheriff to get outside?
Yeah, and Brandon Sheriff completely missed his block. I was upset with Brandon because it was like he went at the guy, like he almost bucked at the dude, and then for some reason Brandon Sheriff decided that's not my man, and he just almost olayed him and went to the next guy. But Charles Leno already had the next guy. And then Chase Rouillet, who was right behind Brandon Sheriff, he's seeing Brandon about to take that dude out. So Chase is like, all right, I'm going to the next guy. So when Brandon olayed that dude, nobody blocked the linebacker. I think it was Olocum. And Olocum ends up making the tackle. Dude, if Brandon Sheriff just freaking lays the wood on Olocum on that play, who knows? A Gibson may still be running at this point. I mean, that play would have gone forever, and we could have had back-to-back weeks with screen passes. I know Street Scores was on the show with us last week, and he was saying, why don't we ever go back to these plays, right? Well, we went back to that one, and it should have worked twice, and unfortunately, Brandon Sheriff missed the block. Several guys were missed. I noted, 2 weird plays. Where one play we didn't block the middle linebacker on 2nd and 10. I don't know if a guy missed an assignment or I don't know if that was the play design. But again, Brandon Sheriff double teamed with Chase Rouillet, and they did work on that D tackle. I don't even know who the D tackle was, but they moved him out of the way. But then nobody came up to block Olocum, and then the safety came up to help, and Olocum and the safety end up tackling JD for a 3-yard gain. Is that the play design? I mean, I like that play design on 3rd and 1 when we're just trying to get a yard. But when we're on 2nd and 10, we need to get as many yards as we can to get back ahead of the sticks. We need to block the middle linebacker in the middle of the hole. That's got to happen. So hopefully it's just somebody missed an assignment, and that's not the play design, but that was bad. Another one, this play was really weird. There was so much wrong with this play. And it could have been play design, but there was also mistakes made, and I know it for a fact because we were running the ball up the middle. JD was the running back. It was on that I think it was 1st and 15 after we got that 5-yard penalty on the final drive. And we ran the ball up the middle with JD McKissick. Wes Switzer came in the game for hurt Brandon Sheriff. Wes Switzer was pass blocking, on a run play. That was weird. So he didn't block anybody on that play. Ricky Seals-Jones was the tight end on the right side with the defensive end. He decided not to block the defensive end. We also ran the ball, sometimes on the defensive end, there's on defensive end, we don't block the defensive end on read option because the mesh is supposed to take the defensive end out of the discussion, right? Well, we were meshing the wrong way because JD was on the right side of Taylor Heineke. The guy we didn't block was on the right side of the line, so we were handing the ball off to JD to run right into the defensive end, and of course the defensive end tackled him for a 1-yard loss. It's nobody blocked him, nobody pulled, The tight end didn't block him, so that was a really weird play design, or just somebody made a mistake. And maybe that's all it was. Maybe these play designs were good, and we just made a few mistakes here or there, but we didn't do any of that fancy bullcrap reverse that we complained about last week. I don't really know, like the 4th and 1 you can complain about that we ran it out of shotgun instead of I formation, but I don't care what formation you're running it out of. If Eric Flowers olays the left guard and gets in the backfield, you're screwed no matter what you're doing, right? So I don't really hate that play call either. So overall, I thought Scott Turner called a really good game, hence why we put up 34 points or 28 offensively, because of course we had the kick return. But I thought Scott Turner called a really solid game, so I liked it.
I agree.
All righty. So, all right, before we go around the NFC East and the Saints preview, any last words on this game before we close this chapter?
Nope.
Sounds good. Thanks for everybody being here. Total lack of clock management. Oh, well, we didn't expect to score on that play. I thought we did okay with the clock down at the end, right?
Yeah, we did.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Here we go. What's Roger Smith? See, this is what I'm talking about. Where's Gibby getting used like CMC? Like I said, Scott Turner outthinks himself constantly. I mean, he's not getting the ball like a ton, but he's still being used effectively. And as I said, that screen pass to Gibby should have went the distance again if Brandon Sheriff just makes that play. So Gibby's definitely getting used. And JD's getting used as well also. And I like it. Save Gibby's body. There's no reason to destroy Gibby for no reason. Oh, clock management was 2 games ago. I got you. Looks like Packers most likely getting Jalen. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Sucks. At Tim, shouldn't the guard on those runs job be hit the nose, then peel for second level block? That shouldn't be on an OC issue. True. And yes, 100%. That's exactly right. You're supposed to, as a lineman, you're supposed to double team with the guy next to you on the defensive tackle, and then you're supposed to get up to the second level. And it may have been a mistake on Brandon Sheriff. That's what I mean. I completely leave that as a possibility, but Brandon Sheriff just destroyed the dude so well that I'm like, was that the design? Like, Brandon Sheriff had no intentions of getting off that block and going up to the second level. So I don't know. Maybe he was expecting a pulling guard or pulling tackle behind him. I don't know. But it was definitely interesting. Passing when we need to kill the clock, we average 5 yards a carry. Oh, yeah, when against the Giants when we threw that interception. But see, even that play call, it's like if you don't force it to Terry, if you're Taylor, if you throw it to the back on the wheel route, he's off to the races. I mean, it was still an interesting play. Like, Taylor just should have made the right read. You guys think Curtis Samuel explodes this week? Curtis Samuel's has got to play this week. I mean, he hasn't even practiced yet, right? So, don't know about Curtis as of yet, but hopefully, I hope he does. All right. Oh, yeah, the last thing about this game is the injuries. And there's a plethora of injuries. We're going to talk about these real quick. Brandon Sheriff expected to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Torrey McTyer got hurt on the last play. That was unfortunate, too, because he got rolled up on. He, went into the pile late where everybody was jumping, and he just, got rolled up on when everybody else was in the air. He was on the ground, and they, landed on him and just crushed him. Logan Thomas was placed on IR. He's expected to miss at least 4 weeks. John Bostic is out potentially for the year. And me and you talk about this all the time. We don't like to wish injuries on anybody, but we needed him off the field. And if this is the unfortunate event that has to partake, we'll live with it, I guess. De'Ami Brown is questionable. Cam Sims is questionable. Curtis took practice off. What's up?
I don't care about either one of them. They weren't doing nothing to begin with.
Right. Curtis Samuel's still non-participant. Cole Holcomb is questionable. Jonathan Allen is questionable. DeShazier Everett is questionable. Matt Ioannidis, James Smith-Williams. I mean, J.D. McKissick. Everybody's questionable right now. So a lot of people got banged up for sure. Oh, SSB Draco says, like the video. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep, he has no about ball control approach. Yeah. I had a feeling of that more. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Tearing your ACL on the very last play, saying that's tough is an understatement. Oh, you fair enough. I guess I am kind of underplaying it. I don't mean to. It's tragic for Torrey, for sure. I mean, this was like his breaking out. Like, he's been in the league for a few years, and he actually was starting to play well. Very sad for Torrey McTyer. Who do you think is going to be the guy we miss the most? John Bostic?
I mean, I don't know half the guys that's going to play on that. I know the ones that's not, but some of them I don't know if they're playing or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if Curtis is playing. I don't know if John Allen's playing. Anybody on the D line that be missing, that's not going to be a problem. That's what the depth's for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Logan, but he wasn't even doing nothing. So, I mean,
well, he was having a good year with the first 3 games. He only got hurt on like the 6th play. Like, he barely played.
I don't think we're going. I feel like I don't know if Curtis is going to be out or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. But knowing that we still got Kelvo, who's definitely going to be more reliable than the other 2 we got. We still got Carter. I told you, Carter caught that 20-yard pass, and he ran that joint back. I was wrong about Carter. I think Carter should get some snaps because he's shown that he deserves it. So if Cam and whatever that boy name is, the Army can't go, put Kelvin out there, put Carter out there, put with Terry, and let the boys get some bump because teams don't know about them. You can't game plan for what you don't know about.
And he's got good speed. He runs a 4.4.
Exactly.
DeAndre Carter. So, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, he definitely earned his spot running back a touchdown. I mean, that was the first one in a couple of years. So, like, him already doing that in the first quarter of the season, is definitely proved anybody that said he shouldn't have been on the team clearly wrong. I mean, he's already earned it. And for a guy that was your 6th receiver on the depth chart to already have a touchdown in a game, awesome. Love it. I agree, though. Logan is probably the one we're going to miss the most. And
I told you we didn't have nobody. I said, if Logan get hurt, who we got?
Yeah.
I like
Ricky Seals-Jones had a couple miss.
You got to catch the ball, especially in those 2 situations. One of them was easy. All you had to do is bring it in. The other one was a little high. It wasn't high, but, I mean, it's a 50-50 ball, and he put it only where you can get it and you didn't come down with it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make those plays. You got to.
For sure. Well, let's see if our 4th-round pick, John Bates, can show up for us. He hasn't had a catch yet. I remember I was posting on Facebook the day of. I was like, all right, well, when he has 5 catches for, or 10 catches for 120 yards this year, don't come to me and tell me I was right. Oh, Jay Sternberger we signed. Oh, we did sign a kicker. Did you hear about the kicker we signed?
Yeah, but that's for nothing.
What a great name, right?
I don't know his name, but
you ready for his name?
What is it?
Chris Blewett.
Oh, you did. You was telling me about that.
His last name is Blewett. And the field goal's up, and he blew it! Oh, gosh. You can't make this stuff up. All right, let's go around the NFC East. Cowboys take care of the Panthers, which is unfortunate. You got that one right. I hate you for it. You should have picked the Panthers so that we could have got that one right together because I'm a little scared of – I'm not going to lie. I'm a little scared of the Cowboys. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the Cowboys are a really, really good football team.
I don't.
And the number one thing is that they have a competent defensive coordinator. I would love Dan Quinn right now. I mean, Dan Quinn is playing aggressive. They're getting interceptions. They're getting fumbles. They're getting turnovers. They're making things happen. What's that?
When do we play them?
Wait, later in the year, week 13 or something like that. 14.
That's sad. I don't know why they make us wait that long.
Yep. But hey, they ended up beating the Carolina Panthers 36-28. Dak Prescott had an okay day. Zeke Elliott finally exploded against this defense. 20 carries, 143 yards, and a touchdown. What a day for him. He also had he only had 1 target. He didn't make a catch, but still. And then they had 34 carries for 245 yards on the ground. Cowboys, they have a really great quarterback, obviously, in Dak. I don't think he's top tier or anything, but I think he's obviously super talented. And for him to only have to throw 188 yards to get 4 touchdowns, means the world to that. They already have a great pass game. If they can run the football like this, they're dangerous. But you don't think so?
They didn't play nobody.
I mean, the Panthers are somebody.
They was without Christian McCaffrey and two of their best defensive players. What am I supposed to do with that? You're supposed to beat them.
Who's the other defensive player they're missing? I know it was the
I
corner.
forgot,
JC
but I know they
okay.
without two defensive players, so that doesn't impress me. You
Must
lost.
have been Brian Burns. I don't see him on the stat sheet.
You lost.
Oh, there he is. Never mind, he's on there.
I mean, you beat the Eagles. What am I supposed to do with that? I mean, so and then they play the Giants. I hope the Giants win. I do, but if we were to lose, then it's just like this division is a freaking free fall at that point. That's why this game is more of a must win than whatever. But Cowboys don't scare me. They don't.
All right.
They overhyped.
Moving on to the Eagles. The Eagles go down to the Chiefs, 42-30, a shootout. Hurts played well. The Chiefs' defense are vulnerable, though. What?
They can be had.
Oh, the Chiefs' defense is a
The Eagles just don't have enough firepower like we do. That's why I say the Chiefs game, I'm not afraid of that game. That's going to be a shit.
I'm afraid of our secondary against Pat Mahomes.
We already know we get obliterated. I already know that. I already accepted it.
And then the worst news of the week. I'm disgusted. Giants upset the Saints. Is Spoiled still here? Screw you, Spoiled. I hate you. They scored the last 17 points of the game. They went for it on fourth down. The Saints did in field goal range. They could have won the game that way. They missed a field goal. The Saints sold on us. They allowed the 2-point conversion and a touchdown. They allowed them to drive down the field to win the game on a freaking Daniel Jones. They gave the Giants life, and I hate them for it. Like, the Saints are one of my least favorite teams right now, and I just can't stand it. What do you think about that game?
I was sad.
I'm more than sad. I'm pissed. I mean, that's annoying.
I wanted them to lose, too.
You could pass on the Chiefs. Yeah, you could definitely pass on the Chiefs.
With them currently. Not worried about no Chiefs. Scared for what? Scared of what?
Yeah, I see you, Roger. You should be scared. We can't play with them currently constructed. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. All right. So that was around the NFC East. Right now, the Cowboys are 3-1. The Eagles are 1-3, and the Giants are 1-3. So that leaves us second place in the division at 2-2, and we'll see what the world or the future has in store for everybody. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the Saints game preview. They sold hard against the Giants. What do you think about this matchup? And then I'll go ahead and hop into our keys to victory.
It's an even matchup. We got a horrible defense. They have a horrible offense. They have a good defense. We have a good offense. Go figures. It just so happens that their offense just has to be a little bit more horrible than what our defense is. So that's an upper hand for us. They don't have any weapons at receiver. All they got is Kamara and Hill. This should be an easy game, really. It really should. Because of as bad as our defense played, they're not going to be none of my keys to victory. But as bad as our defense play, if you only got 17 against the Giants, come on. And the Giants only got 18 against you? We putting up well over 20 against you, period. So you're going to have to get to 20 to beat us. That's the way I look at it. You got to get to 20. So, and really, the game is going to go based off whoever kicks the ball and receives the ball. Really.
You're done seeing our defense on the field to start the game, huh?
I'm done.
I'm holding fast. It's a principle of mine. I'm not leaving it. You receive the ball after half because hey, we scored a touchdown right after half. That was huge for us. Got the momentum coming our way.
I don't care. We was down 10-0.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to see them on the field. At all.
We've been down at least 7-0 in every game. That's insane.
Every game, bro.
Every
And it
game.
wasn't for that penalty call, we would have been 7-0 down. But luckily, you only kicked the field goal and got it. But they still got points off the first drive.
Yep.
It's just easy, but it is what it is.
All right. I don't have too much time, so we gonna keep this moving. All right, 5 keys to victory to beat the Saints. All right. So basically, you said yours were mostly offense,
Yep.
or all offense. You said, right?
Yep.
Mine are mostly defense. All right, I'm gonna give my one that's offensive related. Then I'll let you go, and then I'll finish out with the defense. Sound good?
All right.
All right. My one key to victory for this offense. My one key. Protect the football. We got to protect the football. Don't give Jameis Winston and this offense short fields where they could use Taysom Hill and the Wildcat formations and all that nonsense. Just protect the football at all costs. And I think the offense will be okay. But you go ahead. What do you got for our offense?
Get the ball to Terry.
Get the ball to Terry.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Get Taylor Heineke going early.
Mm-hmm.
Run the football. 4, call good plays throughout the entirety of the game consistently.
Uh-huh.
5, my last one would probably be, did I say run the ball more?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 5, my last one would be just, take your shots downfield.
All right. Cool. All right. So my other 4 are defense related. Okay. First and foremost, the obvious one. Do everything you can to shut down Kamara. That's their best weapon, their number one weapon, one of the best weapons in the entire league. Key in on Alvin Kamara, okay? Like that's got to be
in the box.
Yep. All game. Minimum 7 in the box. All game long. I like that 5-man front that we use. So even if we use like 5-man front, move Landon into the box, have Jamin and Cole in there as well, and like have that 8-man box, or even if it's just Landon and Cole or something in the box, Cameron curl deep, corner on each side, right? Does that add up? 7? Actually, you could have 2 safeties deep in that situation, but yeah, you get the idea. Definitely load up the box with a minimum of 7. I completely agree. Number 2, man up. These receivers are trash. If we can't cover these guys one-on-one, who in the world are we going to cover? I mean, good grief. Kendall Fuller, William Jackson, Benjamin St. Juste, man up, if Ben plays, man up and show up. Like, no more of this, we're going to get destroyed by these receivers, okay? Nobody should be open throughout this game. I mean, if we can't cover these guys, who in the world are you going to cover? All right. Number 3, get a flipping turnover. We haven't had a turnover in 3 games. We got to put pressure and get some turnovers. I don't care if it's a fumble. We had a fumble. We had an interception in this game that got called back. No more getting called back. Get the flipping turnovers, and boom, we got to get a turnover. The last one, do not to Jameis Winston give up over a 3rd and 8. I don't want to see one time 3rd and 8 and longer, we give up a first down. They have no business getting over a 3rd and 8 on us. And if we don't get off the field on that situation, you're going to see me just on the live stream just going berserk. And if we're playing so far off on those downs, I might explode. All right, so those are my 4 defensives, and then the 1 offense I said was Heineke, protect the football. All right. Score predictions for Mr. Christopher.
I got 31-17.
31-17? You know why I'm laughing?
Why?
Because we're not stopping anybody under 20 points, even Jameis
You know
Winston.
what? 31-21.
All right, 31-21 sounds good. I wish we could hold somebody under freaking. If there's any time to hold somebody under 20, it's this week because we ain't holding anybody under 20 in months if we don't hold the Saints under 20. All right, I say it's going to be 27-24 Saints, And mainly the reason is because they're coming off a bad loss. And I hate it. 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 That's why I'm so mad at Spoiled and the Saints right now. It's going to be tough for them to lose 2 games in a row, especially like against NFC East. If they beat the Giants, especially convincingly, now we could become the trap game, and we could beat them and have a solid game. Not that we're like somebody that has no chance against them anyway, but I'm just saying like that could have been a game that the defense figured it out. Like all of a sudden we start getting good on we get the turnovers, we start figuring out, and then luck goes our way. We could have had that kind of trap game, but instead we just won in dramatic fashion. They just lost in dramatic fashion. Most likely means to me the Saints are going to come out on top, and I hate it. I hate it. Okay, I'm not happy about it.
Because I'm sticking with mine.
27-24.
31-20.
27-24 Saints. All right.
Tell people the world don't notice.
What do you got for your power rankings? We got power rankings and weekly predictions, and then we're out of here.
Who's going to be fast with it?
Mm-hmm.
5 Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
4 Browns.
Mm-hmm.
3 Chargers. 2 Rams. 1 Cardinals.
I think we only have one different. I have the Cardinals number 1 as well, the only undefeated team, and they just had a great win over the Rams. I agree. I got the Chargers number 2 also. I think they're so well coached. I love that Staley guy. Of course, Justin Herbert's a stud, but I think what puts them over the top as one of the top teams in the league is their coaching. I think it's awesome. Rams, I have number 3. I know they lost, but they lost to the number 1 team right now. I have number 4. I also have the Browns. Number 5, you're not going to like this. Number 5, I have the Cowboys. I got the Cowboys at number 5.
You can drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking it.
All right. And the number 1 reason I'm putting the Cowboys in here is because they have a competent defensive coordinator. They got enough weapons on offense to overcome the trash can named Mike McCarthy. So they got enough weapons where it's hard for Mike McCarthy to look bad as an offensive. Well, he's not even the play caller, actually. It's that young dude. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Cool.
Oh, it's going to bug me. The offensive coordinator for the Cowboys.
Is it O'Connell?
No.
Oh,
No.
wow.
He's an old quarterback, journeyman quarterback, never really did anything good in college. That's going to bug me. Somebody going to tell me in the comments. Anyway, whatever his name is, he's got enough weapons that they're really good on offense, and I'm just scared of that Dan Quinn is getting this defense. Because guess what he did? You know what I like about freaking Dan Quinn? Micah Parsons, struggling as a linebacker. What does he do? Get your hand in the dirt and go after the quarterback. It's what you're good at. You've got freak athleticism, great speed. You can get to the quarterback. Go do it. And he's succeeding at it. Where's our freaking coach that's doing something like that, right? Like, Landon Collins, you suck in coverage. Go in the box. Get in the run game. Because for some reason, Landon Collins can't make a tackle when they throw the ball. If they run the ball, he could tackle. Even if it's thrown underneath, he can't tackle for some reason. Anyway, so it's stuff like that. It's like that's why I like Dan Quinn and the Cowboys. I think that is what's going to make the difference. And of course, a part of me is if I put them in the top 5, maybe I'm doing a little mojo on them and doing a curse job.
I know they ain't gonna last.
All right, let's have some fun. All right, quickly, we're gonna go through all of the predictions, and then we're going to get our way out of here. Thanks for everybody for showing up. Badis Fatfa, Spoiled's here. What's up?
Keep that same energy, Roger, before they when the game over. Keep that same energy.
True. TT Stoke Godage here. What's up? Kellen Moore. Thank you. Kellen Moore. That's who it was, Richard. I could not think of that guy's name for some reason to save my life. Kellen Moore. Thank you very much. All right. But yeah, who else is here? Redskins Man 10's here. What's up? We let 2 Pro Bowlers slip through our grasps. Yep, it sucks. It's possible that they just didn't want to be here. Both teams went to contenders. Well, one team traded for Stephon Gilmore. And the other one, the Packers are obviously a super good team. So, but anyway, Roger Smith, of course. Jared Taylor was here. What's up? Unknown Ism, what's up? Protect's here. What's up, Protect? Everybody, thank you so much for being here. All right, well, let's go ahead real quick. At Tim, your wish will be granted. Collins is starting at linebacker. Apke is taking safety. Oh, jeez Louise. All right. I immediately regret what I said, right? No, just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and hop through this. So we got a banger for this Thursday night game. We got the Rams and Seahawks.
I got the Rams.
I agree. I got the Rams.
They're not going to lose again. Not lose again, but they're not going to just get beat like that and then turn around. And they're not going to do that. And that's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, that's the Thursday night game. That's going to be fun. That is going to be
I'll make sure
fun.
I get some rest before stream.
So Rams. All right, next up we got the Jets versus the Falcons, the toilet bowl game here. I agree. I got the Falcons as well. I liked what I saw from the Falcons. The Falcons are not even like that bad of a team. They're just the small things that I think if they cleaned up, they shouldn't lose to the Jets. I agree. So Falcons. All right, next up we got the Packers versus the Bengals. A couple of 3-1 matchups here.
Who you got?
You want me to go first? I got Packers.
I got the Packers.
You go Packers as well?
Part of me want to pick the Bengals, but I'm going to go with the Packers.
All right. You got the Pack. Go, Pack, go. All right, I'm going with next up. We got the Lions versus Vikings.
Vikings.
You know what? This is probably the game the Lions are going to win.
Who you picking them?
I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it.
Oh, man. You go ahead and try that if you want to. I
can't do it. I got Vikings. I was thinking about it. All right, Broncos versus Steelers.
This crap is hard. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
I got Steelers.
I'm going to go with the Broncos. Steelers are having a horrible, horrible season.
Probably a bad pick because I don't know if they can score offensively now that I think about it. Oh, well, I picked them. Dolphins versus Bucks. Man, the Dolphins are 1-3. Who saw that coming?
They're going 1-4 now, Bucks.
I agree. All right, we got Saints versus Washington.
Washington.
I got Saints. Not that I'm happy about it. All right, we got Eagles versus Panthers.
Panthers.
I agree. They'll bounce back. Over to Eagles. All right. So we both said Panthers. Next up we got the Titans versus Jaguars.
Titans.
Panthers.
Yeah, just like you wanted to pick the Jaguars.
I thought about it. I'm going Titans. I thought about it, though. You know, whenever I think of it's a 50-50 game, I almost always lose. Almost always. All right, so this was Jags, Titans. Next up, we got the Patriots versus the Texans.
Patriots.
Yup. The back man. The back man. You know what I wrote? Pats versus Pats. Oops. Versus Texans. All right. Bears versus Raiders.
Raiders.
I agree. We're pretty similar on this one. I think we only have two different. We got the Bucks. No, sorry, the Steelers Broncos game right now. Saints versus Washington. All right. Giants versus Cowboys.
Go Dallas.
Me too.
Because the Giants could win
Me
that
too.
game. They really could. But we'll see.
All right, we got the Browns versus Chargers. What a game here.
I'm going to go say you going first.
I got the Chargers. I like them. I like the Chargers. I like how, as I said, I love how they're coached. I like their whole situation.
Shake and bake.
You going shake and bake, eh?
You know what? I'm going with the Chargers. Screw it.
Oh, I already wrote down the Browns. Seriously?
Because after I seen what he did when he's throwing into people's legs and stuff, give me Chargers. I ain't doing that. No,
I
that
got the
doesn't
Chargers. All right, I wrote it down for you. All right, 49ers versus Cards.
Cardinals about to beat the crap out of them. You might as well pick them too. Because the last 2-3 times you picked the 49ers, you lost. So you might as well just go ahead and pick them.
All right, I'll take them. Wait, who am I taking?
Cardinals.
Yeah, okay.
Over there thinking like the Niners going to beat them. They got Trey Lance starting. They about to abuse that boy.
Oh, really? Trey's going to start?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, the Cardinals' defense looking solid. I like him. Is in London? Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I didn't even pay attention. The Jets Falcons are in London. That's cool. All right. So we got 2 games left. We got the Sunday night game, Bills versus Chiefs.
I'm gonna have to go with Mahomes.
I agree. We got Colts versus Ravens
This was hard. So
on Monday night. Another primetime game for the Ravens.
I'm going, man. Colts. Give me the Colts.
I got the Ravens. All right.
Give me the Colts. Right here, right now.
All right. Cool. So we only have a few different this week. That's all right.
Send it to me. Because
So
I
long.
usually
You like it? You want to see it? Okay. That's fine.
yeah, because that way, because I usually count and you usually be doing stuff and I be trying to text you.
Yeah. I got a lot of stuff going on, but it's all good. I will send it to you right now.
Y'all don't believe in Indiana, but I believe in the Indianapolis Colts. I believe. So we got 3 different. We got the Colts different. We got the Saints different, and we got the Broncos different.
Saints, Colts, Broncos. Yeah, so it's only 3 games different this week. I think. That looks right. And then you are up currently by 3 games. So right now, Chris is currently
I
up
actually
3.
predicted smart because even if I do lose those 3 games, you only get the tie.
Yep. Well, it's gonna be a long, long season. I just gotta keep chipping away at you. It's only week 5.
Funny? Tim picked against Drew Lock this upcoming Sunday. Remember that. He picked against Drew Lock and the Broncos this Sunday. So
is he actually starting?
Yeah, 2 glove and concussion protocol.
Oh, I didn't even know if he was starting or not. But it's fine. As I said, I actually don't know. I wrote down the Steelers. I don't know if the Steelers are going to be able to score. Like, it's going to be an interesting game. Oh, I don't know. So it may have been a bad pick, but we'll see. I went with it. Drew Lock sucks.
If Drew Lock lights it up, I look like a genius.
Dude, I don't care. I've been on the Drew Lock train forever. This doesn't negate me being on the Drew Lock train.
I picked Drew Lock before you. That means I had more belief in him than you did because I picked him against the Steelers.
That's right. You did.
So if we go out there
Honestly,
to like 5 touchdowns.
I really thought that for some reason, what's his name was still coming back, Teddy.
2 glove.
Yeah.
He made, but who knows?
We'll see. You can bring a paper bag, but our culture rules. Oh, jeez, you're bringing up more. Oh yeah, is there gaming? There is a paper bag song? That's funny. But cool. All right, guys, I got to go to work. Yippee-ki-yay. But thank you all for being here. It was a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, Chris, of course, for coming by again. It was Always good to have a good time as talking skins, man. Talking football, having fun. As I said, guys, I'm gonna try to figure out how I can get the what do you call it? The film breakdown. I recorded myself watching the entire game again, going through it. I just don't know how I'm gonna post it yet because I tried to post it on YouTube and like they completely blocked it. Like they didn't just like make it so I can't be monetized. They blocked it so from ever like nobody can watch it, which kind of sucks. I tried to create a Patreon, but it only lets me post videos of 200 megabytes. Well, it's a 4-hour long film breakdown because I'm going through the whole game. Well, yeah, well, I would have to chop it up a lot. Like, and maybe I'll have to, but like,
if it's 4 hours, chop it up an hour.
I wish I could, but it's all the whole thing is 10 hours long. Not 10, sorry, 4 hours long. It's 10 megabytes, rather, or no, 10 gigabytes. And so if I chop it up to 4, that's 2.5 gigabytes, and I have to get it under 200. Like I would have to chop it up into like 30 videos or something like that, 25 videos. And I don't know how I'm going to do like I may have to create a website or something and like kind of link it there and watch it that like you guys can watch it that way. I don't know, but I have to figure out something because like I would like you guys to actually see like my whole thought process. And you know, you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to watch the whole, but it's there, it's available if you want to go through it. I just need to find a way to actually get it to you guys, and I'm working on that. Hopefully I figure that out sooner rather than later. But and then a special shout out. Let me find it. Crap. Yeah, there he is. Kenneth Melton. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You know, it really helps out. We're trying to grow. We're trying to, you know, add stuff. As I said, I might have to make a website, which might cost money. So different stuff like that is very helpful. And thank you, everybody. And any last things to say there, Chris?
Skins 3120.
Sounds good. We'll be back tomorrow night, of course, for the play-by-play of the great game, Seahawks versus Rams, right? Is that what I said? Mm-hmm. Seahawks versus Rams. That should be a fun one to watch. Of course, you got Matt Stafford and that offense versus Russell Wilson and that offense. So it should be a lot of fun. Thanks again, everybody, and we're out of here. And until next time.